All right, y'all. Today, we promise y'all, actually it's still the same day, but we're going to wet pack line onto the reel, wet pack braid onto these new Jagoiling spinning reels. So what we use is this. That might be upside down. I don't know, so I'll turn it every direction. But that's what it is. But this is a 12 strand. I've been using this for a long time for jigging and for just all my braid needs. A 12 strand, it definitely is. And how you can tell, there's a lot more around when you put it in your fingers. You can spin it around in your fingers, and you can tell it's not flat. It's not perfectly round, but it's dadgum close. So to wet pack, what you want to do is right over in here. I got a bowl set up. We'll set that braid down. So you just get a bowl that your spool will fit down into completely. Okay. That's what you want to do. You don't want to just throw it in the sink because it'll just fly all over the place. You need a controlled bowl, in this case, to hold that line. And still it'll want to jump out now and then, so your water level matters here too. So we're going to just start running it in here. And I'll start off with about 3/4 of a bowl. And this is how we're going to put the line on the reel, soaking wet. So I'm going to get that spool wet with it best I can. And it's going to soak into that braid fast. So, and that's what we're going to do. And then Josh is going to reel these new Jagoilings full of this 50-pound 12-strand braid. Then you just set that down in the sink like that, wherever you feel like doing. Pull this end out, obviously. And I got a little thing right here. Luckily on my sink, I wrapped the line around that once. There's our tension coming back up to the tip, and this is going to wet pack on there. I mean, it's going to wet pack on. I mean, you can get a lot of line on doing this, and it's going to be tight. It's not ever going to spin inside the spool. Whether you got the little rubber band in the bottom of your spool, none of that matters. When you wet pack it, it's packed.
All right, so we're going to run the line through the guides just like you do with any other rod and reel.
Uh-oh.
Start at the top. Make sure you don't go
through go through the bridge of the guide. Be sure you...
That won't fray the line at all.
No. Never cause you a problem.
So make sure you're in the guide inserts all the way down. And then just as you're about to go through the bottom eye, make sure that it's not enough line out, and then it snatches out, and then it falls all the way back through. That way you have to start all over again.
Yeah, that's fun. And remember, what I showed you earlier, that's sitting there. Everything's wet. So we're ready to pack it on.
Yep.
You get a lot more line on this way.
It almost happened right there.
It did almost happen. You were just telling them not to do that.
Yep. All right, once you get down there, always make sure open the bail wire. If you tie this on and the bail wire's closed, it's not going anywhere. So, Ariel, would you hold that for me real quick? And
put it right up here if you can get this close. I'm going to show them what knot you tie, or you're just going to spin a knot on it.
So I tie just like I always like the uni knot. So
what have you done?
You go around the spool. You got your main line. We're going to call this tag end. You just go around your spool, and you have your, start with your tag end. You're going to create a loop like so, and now you're on your main line and your tag end line. You're just going to make your 5 wraps. This is the knot that we prefer. We enjoy it. Works good for us.
It's easy.
Something else might work better for you.
Yeah. Do it however you want to do it. But it needs to be on there.
Tight. It does.
Slip knot. Yep. I mean, that's all this is.
That's all it is. And you just get it real tight.
Like to start at the bottom. I don't know why, but we do. Of the spool, I mean, where the tension is.
Right there. And that's on there. And then you're just going to cut your tag end off. And then you're going to start lining her up.
And we get it. This is basic stuff. I mean, get it. But the wet pack is what we want to really show here.
Yep. And once again, make sure once you get that tag end cut that joker is on there tight.
Flip her over. All right. Now we're ready to wet pack.
Yep. So to start out, I first like to hold the tension with my finger just to get that first couple wraps on there pretty tight. And then once you catch up to how we did, we went out of the sink, out of the bowl, around that knob. That's going to be your tensioner right there. So, all right, here we go. We're going to line it up, wet packing with the tensioner. And if there's not enough tension on it, guys, do one more loop around just so you have, you want it to go on pretty tight. Just that way you're getting the most line on the spinning reel, because as you know, spinning reels don't hold a ton of line like a conventional does or a bait caster, so you want to tighten it down pretty good. That way you get as much line on there as possible. Oh, there's
a little drag.
Yep. There we go.
Now, everybody's not going to have a knob to wrap around, but you got to get some tension on it somehow. He's got a little bend in the rod here. Not much, but it's just enough for that reel. And that line's getting wet packed tightly. And as you can see, the water's spinning around inside that, obviously. You're not having any problems. There's zero tension from here to this knob out here. But there's, again, one wrap around that. And that's smooth, so it's not going to fray the line. And you can hear the tension on this rod in reel.
It
sounds like something's wrong, but it's not. But it's not.
It definitely got the tension on it. I can feel it. And there's a lot of line going on here, guys. A lot.
Yeah, there is. You're going to get a lot more on this wet than dry.
Mm-hmm.
It's not going to bust your spool or nothing either when it does dry. Yeah, it makes some odd creaking noises. It's very loud, actually. Wet packing 101. I don't know what speed this reel is, but that spool's full almost. That's it. You got what, an 1/8 inch on the lip? You're done, Joshua.
Yep. We'll get to that last color and he's good. All right, now cut her off. And we get to rig next.
Yeah, and we're going to leave this in here for now because we got a couple more to do, but that's the deal. 3/4 full of water in your bowl or whatever you have. It doesn't matter what it is, Tupperware, container, whatever. Just get that thing full of water and get that line wet.
Yeah, good to go.
Info.